So before we start, you've already seen these slides a few times today, but it is very important. So please make sure that all your purchasing decisions are made only on the products that are available right now. So let's start. For more than 20 years, Tableau has been innovating in the space of business intelligence and helping people see and understand the data. So we have started back in 2023 with our famous Tableau desktop. Later, we introduced Tableau servers, so people can share those visualizations that they've created in Tableau desktop with other inside their organizations. And after a few years, we've also brought it into the cloud with Tableau Cloud. Today, in the world of AI, we took a step further, and we provide you possibility to do way more with your data with a minimum effort and be able to talk with data in natural language. So AI-driven insights, they are not anymore the luxury, but they are actually the essential component for companies to become more effective, efficient, and successful. And in fact, 67% of business leaders, they always say that increase of artificial intelligence pushing them to become more data-driven. So we hear about AI all day long today and everywhere, and we are obviously in the era of change. Everything is changing very fast. Robots are already there, self-driving cars, and now we are in the era of autonomous agents. And the same with analytics. AI is fundamentally changing the way the companies collect the data, the way they connect to it, the way they explore the data and analyze it. AI will radically transform analytics, and it is already starting right now. And research shows that by the year 2027, which is actually less than in 2 years, half of the business decisions will be made by AI or guided by AI, and that is really, really huge. However, we are not yet in 2027. So what we want to talk about right now is what is the reality for many organizations that are facing today. So we often hear that companies are data-rich, but they are poor on insights. And there are few challenges that usually those companies are facing. So first of all, the data is scattered across the teams, making it very hard to make the decision and see that overall view and the picture of the data. Data is not always accurate, so people actually don't trust that information. Insights are very often missed because they don't come into the flow of work. And analytics is always repetitive, so it's difficult to actually reuse it within the organizations. So what can help those customers and the companies? It's not only to add the data, but actually improve their insights. And what they need is they need those insights to come in specific time, to the right place, to the right person, so they can make action with that. And what can help this is personalized insights that will be delivered in the flow of work, the ability to talk with data in natural language, and proactive monitoring of key metrics and alerts to the new trends. And all of that is definitely possible with our new agentic analytics platform, Tableau Next. Tableau Next is built on Salesforce platform. It's deeply integrated with Agentforce and Data Cloud, and it delivers personalized, contextual, and actionable insights to everyone in the flow of everyone's work. It's built on trusted semantic layer, so it provides this essential business knowledge for all the company. It powers both people and agents with analytical skills. And because it is built on open and AI-first platform, so you can actually create share, and also they reuse those analytical contexts across the organization. It's built on Salesforce platform, as I already mentioned. So what does it mean? It means that it's secure, that it is fast, and it's scalable for everyone. So without Tableau Next, your agents might be struggling to understand what actually you're asking. So they might take time to make the response. However, with Tableau Next and the semantic layer that's included, your agents can get more accurate answers. They understand what is the business meaning of different metrics and trends inside of your organization, so they can get faster answers to you. So let's look into the architecture of Tableau Next. There are a few layers. First of all, there is a data layer. So that's a foundation of orchestrating the diverse data. It brings all the data in one place, and thanks to zero-copy federation and integration with our partners like Snowflake and Databricks and others, you can also maximize your investments that you currently have with other companies. So then we have a semantic layer. So that's AI-powered layer that understands your business knowledge. And visualization layer. So that's a powerful visualization layer that is based on Tableau. It gives you possibility to instantly visualize your data. And with the easy drag and drop functionalities, you can start analyzing it just as easy as it is with Tableau. And finally, it's the action layer. So action layer gives you possibility in the flow of work to make some actions. For example, you can create a campaign, you can open the case, or maybe you can make the changes to some of the opportunities that you have. So here are some of the examples how Tableau Next can enrich the sales agents and other clouds. For example, with sales agents, you can see your top opportunities, you can understand your rep performance. With service agents, you can identify the common issues and you can track the service performance. And with marketing agents, you can track conversational rates or identify, for example, target segments. And last but obviously not least, within the Tableau Next, you have a purpose-built analytics apps. So those apps are specifically built for different clouds, and they bring metrics, they bring analytics, and they also bring some predictions for Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Industry Cloud. And you also have apps that can help you to measure the agent impact, optimize the agents, and understand agents' performance. And obviously, it's not only everything available on Salesforce. It's all deeply integrated within Slack. You can interact and you can share everything what you've done, and also you can have an access on mobile app. And as it was already mentioned previously, we don't just recommend our products. We obviously use them ourselves in Salesforce. So we have more than 46,000 users monthly using Tableau. And it all comes with almost 1 million of views of Tableau. Tableau is used in all of our departments, and so you can do that. You can also use it the same way in your organizations. And one very interesting use case that I really like to share is you can bring AI-powered analytics to your executives so they can monitor the main KPIs or metrics. So with that, we are coming to the best part of our session, the live demo, and I'm passing it to David to show Tableau Next.
Great, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to flick me over onto my screen. Thank you, Elena. Is it not mirroring? Cool, thank you very much. Okay, so the demo. I've been trying to keep all my connections live so that I can actually show you things as they are in the real world. I'm hoping to show you a connection between sort of 5 different elements. So we're going to start with the mobile app. I then want to show you how that's reflected in the various dashboards that you can get within Sales Cloud, or indeed any cloud. Show you a bit of Agent Force as well. Then the semantic model, and explain why that is so important to agents in particular. And then finally finish off with some nice sharing in Slack. So you can see my screen at the moment. I'm going to go straight into my app. Yay, it works. OK. So I'm just going to click onto my app there in my phone. I'm going to pull up the sort of standard Salesforce app. There we go. So I'm a sales leader. I'm starting my day. This is where I start, right, in my phone, in the mobile app. And you would normally sort of walk around and get to, say, my all opportunities. And obviously, you can see various bits of information there that might relate to opportunities that I need to get into. But I can also go into the Tableau hub and look at some key metrics that I might want to keep on top of. Straight away, I can see that there might be some issues that I need to deal with directly. We get this lovely sort of trended information telling us whether something is going up or down, and whether it's something that we need to draw attention to. So I'm going to move from that app into the desktop, just because you'll be able to see things a little better, I think. So everything that was in the app can be reflected in the desktop environment. For instance, we can look at our win rate here, and I can drill into any of these, decrease any problems I might have. With these Tableau Next apps in Salesforce, they're purpose-built analytic apps that are trying to deliver insights for the key use cases, whether it be on sales, service, marketing, or across any particular industry. It is deeply integrated into the workflows. So, I can get dashboards that relate to all different parts of the sales process, maybe looking at my team performance, maybe looking at the stage progression, et cetera, et cetera. These are all sort of standard things that you would expect from a BI-capable tool. But what we're really talking about is how deeply integrated it is to the platform. On top of this, we can also move from a static dashboard into start customizing our dashboards with the power of Tableau. So I'm going to move away from this broader dashboard into something else, and I'll just give you a feel for how different this one is. So we've got an executive summary, we've got some pipeline analysis, we've got some performance trends, all sorts of bits of information that we're going to touch on as we go through this. Now let's imagine that we had a problem with our win rate, and we're going to go in and set an alert. Now this is something I could do by going into the charts themselves, but because it's natively integrated with Agent Force, I've got a bunch of agentic capabilities. So I should be able to very quickly, if I just switch on old Agent Force here, I should be able to quickly ask it to set an alert for me. So for instance, if we've got a problem with win rate, I've said below 45%, I want it to alert me. Now, think about what's going on here. We're contacting an LLM, we're going through the Agent Force process, we're working out what the data is underneath this dashboard, and then trying to work out whether there is a threshold that we can put in place. So as Agent Force does this, hopefully nice and smoothly, come on Agent Force, you can do it. Give it another moment. There we go. OK. So it will tell me that the alert has been created. And it isn't just smoke and mirrors. So for instance, I can go and see that alert that I've just created. It just happens to be one that I've created many similar to that when preparing the demo. But that's the one that has just been built right here and now. So that means that alert is in place. I'll get an email. I'll get a message if that particular metric that I'm keen on goes outside the boundaries that I'm expecting. Now, if I just come back out of here and into the sales dashboard, maybe actually let's try another thing as well. Maybe let's have a look for some patterns that might be going on. So I'm going to have a look at, see if there's any sort of related trends that are occurring over my pipeline generation for the last period of time. And again, what's happening here is potentially I might see that my pipeline generation metric has been trending downward. I'm looking for some advice or some experience. But I could obviously go into the dashboard and work with it manually, or I could do just what I'm doing today, which is I'm asking a question. So what I'm doing is I'm engaging in conversational analytics. because of Concierge, this little interface here we're calling Concierge, which is another pre-built analytics skill within Tableau Next. With Agentforce, I can explore my data in this natural language manner and receive the contextual and actionable answers within the visualizations that I'm looking at. Importantly, Agentforce not only understands the question, but also understands the underlying data to provide the answer that's contextually relevant. And this is where it's really quite cool, because most LLMs wouldn't be able to interpret structured data in this kind of way. You might ask them a question about, why are our profits down? And it might be able to say, well, there's a relationship between profit and sales. But to actually inspect your data and come back with some answers, some insight, and potentially some summarization of this, that's absolutely fantastic. So not only is it providing some key insights that might be relevant to my question, it's also providing the description of how it's come about this. So the sources themselves, what has provided the answer. So how does this work? Well, I'm just going to click on this button here, and we're going to be moved to the semantic model. Now, the 360 semantic model comes out of the box with Tableau Next, and it's all about harmonizing the data sources across whatever clouds you have, whether it be sales, service, or marketing, or any of the others. And it can include some pre-built metrics and definitions so that you can act on your insights with confidence. You can also extend it. So we've got, for instance, standard data objects here that the semantic model recognizes. And if the semantic model recognizes it, therefore so do the agents. And therefore you can ask analytic questions as opposed to just textual questions of your data. We have the ability to look at maybe some key metrics. We've been talking about these already, sort of win rate, for instance. But we also enrich these with some natural language description so that when the agent is looking for that particular metric, it understands it in the context of all the other elements. So it will understand which particular table or object it comes from, and how that is influenced by all the other elements in the semantic model. You could enrich this. You could add new calculated fields if you need be. Basically, there's a whole gamut of stuff that you could do within this data source to make it richer. It's how we're making sure that this concierge tool speaks the business language. And it's how, when we define business units versus operating units, and how we define, say, win rate versus pipeline, it knows what we're talking about in the context of our organization. So, going back to the dashboard, let's just have a look. We've got our, let's just close Agentforce for now. So we've got a variety of different charts here. Maybe we still think we've got a problem related to pipeline analysis or whatever, as the case may be. And actually down here, we can see with this chart that we've got a bunch of opportunities with their close times over a period of time. But we can see immediately that we have some reds here that relate to things that are overdue. These are things that we need to chase and things that we need to get on top of. Well, this isn't just a pretty picture, as Eleanor was saying. It's deeply integrated, and it means that you can kick off flows, you can look at opportunities, you can do whatever you want. So, for instance, I can very quickly look at why this particular opportunity is late. So I'm going from the visualization and the insight straight into taking action within a given record or kicking off a flow or whatever the case may be. So this is all fantastic. I've got things that I'm uncovering, I'm taking action from the data. Well, what about sharing all this information? As I said, we're going to finish this with a sort of classic, how do I share this with my fellow colleagues? I can quickly go to, let's say, the win rate and say, this is something that we think we need to be looking into in more detail. I can share that to Slack through any of the particular channels that I have available because it's all integrated. And I can even add a particular message. So let's try something that I might have set up earlier. And I'll just put my name so you can see that it's me. I will share it to Slack. And then what's happening is that message is just being sent straight to the Slack interface. And you can see it here. This is the one that I've just sent over. And this now alerts my team that we have something that we have to look into. Because all of my team as a sales manager, they all work in Slack. That's mostly how they're getting their information. And that's basically how I drive their business. But it isn't the case that you just have a single entity, a single message that people have to manually follow up on. Of course, you could add this to one of the canvases and make it like part of a portal, essentially, where each individual member of the sales team can then take advantage of any of those key metrics that you yourself have identified that need looking at in more detail. So hopefully the team get the message. We've got problems with win rate, we've got problems with pipeline, but what I've hopefully shown you is that we've gone from a mobile connected app, we've gone directly into the desktop experience with dashboards, we've used a bit of agent force to ask questions of the data, and it could only answer them sensibly by taking advantage of the semantic model that sits on top of the data cloud. And then once you've found or uncovered some insights, we can act upon them, and in particular, we can share those with the rest of our team within Slack and via Slack and the canvases within it. And so ends the demo. If we could just flick back to the main presentation, I just want to summarize that up with me on a motorbike? Yes, okay. So in summary, for what both Eleanor and I have been speaking about today is we know that AI is already transforming business. Click, there we go. Tableau Next is the tool for getting analytics, right, within the agent force experience. And it's very important to understand that LLMs and agents on their own are not very good with structured data, of making inferences from all these massive amounts of databases that you have. They're great for documents, great for PDFs and all that kind of stuff, but if you want to find insights, you're going to have to add something a little bit smarter to the LLMs. So that AI, plus the data, plus the CRM, means that you get Tableau Next. And then on top of that, data and agents where you need them. So we're trying to make sure that you get the help you need to make the decisions with the data that you need, rather than having to have the data stuck in a siloed database that you as a business user cannot connect to. And with that, I'd just like to say you can try that today. It's available within all of our SDOs, so you can simply get on a Trailhead, start it up, start playing with Tableau Next now, even start adding some data and playing with it, so it's all there. So thank you again for your time. It's been great speaking with you today, and I hope you enjoy lunch. Thank you.